Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today with the master coach, OG of Balmoral Liga, Lolo Heimuli. How are you, brother?
How are you, brother? Good.
Good, man. I must admit, I enjoy your notes that you send me before these major fights like Izzy's, man. Gives me into some things that I can't think so deeply on, you know?
Yeah, been a while.
Been a while, bro. Hey, so UFC 305 just went by, man. What was your thoughts overall of the show?
Well, first of all, it was a dark day for us Kiwis. It's a lost the fight, and my friends in South Africa won't leave me alone. They're gonna rub it in. But yes, I mean it was. But it's Dricus is a special fighter, as he proved. Still happy for Kai, and I think Dan Hooker really make a statement, and I think he's really back. So there's some consolation for us. The two Kiwi boys won. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Dan, to be honest, looked kind of sharper and faster starting than he ever has before, man. He kind of remind me of Charles Oliveira a little bit, just the way he came out of the gate, man. Kind of renewed energy, right?
I'm not sure whether he was strictly followed the game plan, but because at the end he had to take more risk than normally Eugene would have wanted to do, but it worked. It paid off. Yeah. So he came. I feel that this time I think he's really, really back. So
that's good, man. Like when he finally has the preparation and he can, be ready 100%, he can show what he truly can do, right? So I look forward to seeing him later this year fighting again. Yeah.
A lot of these tough guys that they have injury, but nobody knows. It's only him and his coach and his team. But yeah, he looked very, very fresh on Saturday.
And Kai too, man, like you mentioned, fighting against Steven Erceg, who's looking really good too. And you could kind of know going into it that it seemed to probably be a points win for Erceg or a knockout win for Kai. And luckily for Kai, the latter happened. He landed some bombs.
Yes. Well, we'll talk more about that punch later in regard to his fight. But I'm so happy for Kai as well.
Yeah, man. So on to the main reason we're catching up today is to have a chat about the Israel Adesanya versus Dricus du Plessis fight. Obviously not exactly like we all wanted it to go. We wanted Izzy to get the win. In the fight, he looked good, man. Before the fight, you mentioned a few things about his striking level being higher than du Plessis, and that the game plan, if the game plan was to be fast, accurate, use broken rhythm, frustrate du Plessis, it might open him up for some nice heavy shots later in the fight. Give us your idea on the fight, man, and what went right, what went wrong, and what we can do in the future if he fights again.
First of all, is what I'm saying is we won't be the gospel truth, because it's easier said than done from us sitting on the outside. I think a lot to do with his. To be honest, I've never seen Izzy get. I'll have to give the war of words and trash talk media conference. I'll have to give that to Dricus on points. I've never seen Izzy. Normally, Izzy is the one that actually get into other people's mind before the fight. But when I saw him had a little meltdown, I said, "Oh!" But I knew that once they got 2 days to fix it, and Eugene is a very, very smart guy, and he had a very strong team behind him to try and snap him out of that. Because most fights, it doesn't matter your experience, whether you're a new fighter or experienced fighters. Most of them go into the fight with way too much emotion. And that was my fear. But for 3 rounds, Izzy was okay. Then he just make a couple of mistakes. I think Teddy Atlas was talking about fight is like when it comes down to defensive lateral movement and fight, it's like a you have to understand your geography. What he meant was the awareness around the open space and what's behind you, whether it's in the ropes or octagon. And I think his concentration just slips a little, and he was blocked in there with nowhere to go but one side. And yes, Plessis got him with a submission, but I think Izzy was rocked as well from the 2 or 3 hooks, coming from the right side. Yeah.
Man, from my impression, I thought Izzy was doing really well, especially in the first few rounds, but he seemed to get fatigued, obviously, probably towards the end of the 3rd round. Do you think that could have had anything to do with the emotional sort of games you mentioned?
There was one time there, Izzy tried to go for cheetah hip throw, and he I think sort of half got Plessis down, but I think that was probably the first time he felt the string of Plessis. Because I rate him. I mean, I don't know much about wrestling. I know about striking, but I do know that, just from observation, that Dricus he's probably got like a Khabib's like sort of string. It's just different string. And I think Izzy sort of felt it, because Izzy has been, he got away from last time. He was locked in with a very deep, like rear naked choke from Vittoria, and he got out of it, But I think I think Plessis got a different string, got a next level string. So you can't make mistake. You can't make, and he understands that. Like I said, we can only comment. You can only talk, and I'll give you my breakdown, what he should have done, what he may have done better. But at the end of the day, it's not as easy. It's easier said than done.
Bro, in the message you gave me, you mentioned about Dricus throwing a long, calculated shots. Can you explain what you mean by that?
Well, when you throw the stepping over punch and switch, which Plessis uses a lot, I know Bradley Dell's been doing that. It's very successful for him, and you saw how Kai knocked out that guy, Aztec with it. Like the first stepping over, it's expected to, it's like a measuring stick, expect your opponent to move back, and when they step over, they'll find the range. So, or even if they just throw from the standstill, knowing that Izzy probably 90% of the time would like evade it by leaning back or step back. So they may or may. I'm just from a striking coach point of view, I used to get my guys to step over long and punch behind your back. So when they move back or lean back, then they find the range. And I know that we worked with when Mark was fighting Junior Dos Santos to step in and said, Mark, instead of maybe moving back, step forward in tight guard, and then like create a collision, with your elbow as they come in, because the first punch come in and it's whether straight or loop. It's not going to be a bad intention. The bad intention was the second shot, as you saw with Kai. So there's 3 different ways to defend that. One, when you move back, your initial step back has to be nice and long. and that will buy you time to either slide to the right or slide to the left. Izzy being a switching fighter himself, he moved his left foot and send his southpaw, okay, before he move, or move with a baby step. If you keep moving, stay baby step with somebody that rushes at you like Dricus, you have very little time to evade. So unless you take your initial step back nice and long, they will buy you time to move to the side. Because as long as you're coming in a straight line, they're going to keep coming. They have to keep coming. And I know Izzy was doing a switch and then southpaw to the side, and he gotten away with it. But it's easier for a attacking fighter to reset the angle and double up when they're in range, rather than take a long step and then do that, whether you switch left or right. You know. So this is just my opinion, and probably have to explain it through a video, because probably most people don't know what the hell I'm on about.
No, it's clear, man. Just saying, like, instead of a short switch with a leg, like taking a long step back, it makes sense, man. Hey, also, you mentioned about Izzy could have been evading the first shot and then double back with a knee, and you also mentioned elbows as well. Could you talk on that a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, if you can cash in on them coming with sort of half speed to the first punch, and then double back forward or knee, or that's where I thought Izzy would have catch him, because they'll know that the first punch they're stopping, it's quick enough, but I would say probably about 50% speed or 60% power. I mean speed. You can still get hit if you get hit, but the next one is the one that the follow up is the one that you got to watch out for. And I thought if you're going to step in the first one like this, Izzy would have probably catch him. I know Eugene was calling the second phase. Second phase against a durable opponent like Plessis, probably good idea to second phase with a knee and or uppercut, which he did with Brunson, you know, and catch him with it. But you can see, I'm not sure the second or third round where Izzy was loading up big punch, and by that time, Plessis already changed level and he got him the Izzy double, because he was waiting for the second phase, you know. So it's very smart. He try and draw Izzy into a striking match, and then when Izzy retaliated, he changed level and take him down. So no, he was very, very smart, and I had to credit their team for it.
Yeah, man, true. And you mentioned about having a tight guard and retaliating with an elbow. I was watching the fight too and thinking that I would like to have seen Izzy use elbows a bit more, because Dricus is just crashing in with his head in the right position for elbows, you know. He did throw one, I think, that I noticed, but it could have been a bit heavier. Could have landed some nice heavy elbows, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not too critical. Everything Izzy was trying with the front kick to the body and body shot, they were all working. You know, they were all working really, really, really good. What I'm saying is, if you're going to cash in on, if you step down, the thing about range and distancing is he's the master at it. You know, so if he can just standing, the longer he was, I just felt that he probably lost his distancing a little bit and started standing a little bit closer. I think he wanted to land that really big body shot. But if he was, it was a little bit just outside the firing zone, then they're gonna throw that decoy first punch to step over the second one. That's what I mean. If you send you on the second punch, you can, instead of move back, you double forward and drop the elbow. Again, having said that, Plessis got a hard head as well. Probably gonna cut him up, but he's probably still gonna be, trying and take Izzy down after he received it. The guy you have to give it to him. A lot of people, they can take headshots, but they can't take body shot. I mean, they were, to me, I've seen Izzy throw body shot. I would have to say there was Izzy's best body shot. You know, he threw in a UFC fight, and they were landed really well. You know, on the left rib cage and the liver area, and the front kick. Plessis is very durable.
Yeah, man. And so, apart from the bodywork, man, what other things would you say were the highlights of what Izzy was doing? Because he was performing well in the first 3 rounds, or actually the 4th round too, is doing really well.
When we talk about earlier about just the ring awareness or the cage awareness, when he stepped back just before he got submitted, he may not realize that the cage was right behind him. So he tried to escape on the side, which exposed himself to the right hook. And Plessis follow up and hit him with 2 or 3. I've never really studied the fight. I'm just going on memory. And so when he took him down for submission, I would have to say that Izzy will probably still affect from those punches, because the last couple of years Izzy escaped from tight position before, But I think in that occasion or last Saturday, I think it's safe to say that he was probably hit from those hooks. He's very good at keeping a poker face. When you get hit, you can't really tell. I mean, that's what champions. That's what makes it what he is. But it's safe to say that he got rocked from there on.
Yeah, bro. And what would you think about a rematch? What would you expect from him in a rematch? Do you think that Izzy could take him, given a bit of experience now with him?
All these little things that we talk about, Izzy can fix that. They can fix any of that. He just need to be probably find a way not to get too drawn in. And I know that Izzy goes in there and fight with his heart, and as he said, and he loves his family and all that. But the guy is gonna try and use that, to disrupt him again next time. But I think, once you go past his head, all this technical stuff that we talk about, they can easily fix that. They can move back and fake going back and come back with a knee or elbow or uppercut or whatever. Izzy can do that very easily. It's just that mind game. You had to, that's the first time he lost 2 fights in a row. So, but he's a champion. That's what champions do. They come back with things like that.
That's it, man. I'd like to see him have a rematch at some point. Let's hope he strings a couple of wins together and gets a shot at whoever's holding the title, man. It'd be good to see him fight Dricus again, eh?
Yeah, I think the fight that makes sense probably rematch with Strickland first, and then because he's got the score to settle, and there's no better, more durable guy than Strickland. If he beats him and going into Plessis fight.
Good, man. Anything else you wanted to chat about, Lolo, before we head off?
No. We're still upset, but Izzy was in good spirit. He said he's not retired, he's not going anywhere. So yeah, I wish we can have a chance to catch up with him too. So yeah.
Yeah, man. Anyway, Lolo, appreciate your messages and appreciate the talk about about the technical side of fighting, man. Not everyone can analyze things the way you do, so I appreciate it a lot.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for the opportunity to talk in the show.
No worries, man. Anytime. Take care, brother, and we'll be in touch, eh?
Okay, bro.
Cool.